I got the silk sheets and the finest wine, a diamond watch to track my lonely time. The heat is humming at 100 degrees, but I'm still shivering down to my knees. I see the couples dancing in the street below, in the amber flicker of the street lamp glow. They got nothing but the rhythm and the touch. I got everything, but it doesn't mean much. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the soul, a heavy black vacuum where the heart should be whole. The world is a banquet, the table is spread, but I'm tasting the ashes and swallowing lead. They talk about the fire and the sulfur and the flame like it's some kind of ancient, terrifying game. But I found the bottom, I found the real sting. It's not the heat, no, it's a different thing. Hell is the inability to love, baby. The hollow silence where the spirit used to be. Yeah, the coldest room is the one where you can't feel. Nothing is broken, but nothing is real. I can speak the languages of kings and of men. I can write the secrets with a golden pen, but the words are just bubbles in a glass of champagne, with no blood in the rhythm and no salt in the rain. I look in the mirror and I see a ghost, a perfectly dressed, sophisticated host who can't find the spark, who can't feel the pull. An empty vessel that's remarkably full. You know, we spend our whole lives running from the fire. We think the end of the road is a pit of burning coal, but the real torment is much quieter than that. It's standing in front of a miracle and feeling nothing. It's seeing the sun rise and not feeling the warmth. It's being surrounded by hearts and having no way to touch them. You don't need a pitchfork to be in agony. You just need an empty heart. That's the real lockdown. That's the ice that never melts. And the flame like it's some kind of ancient, terrifying game. But I found the bottom, I found the real sting. It's not the heat, no, it's a different thing. Hell is the inability to love, baby. The hollow silence where the spirit used to be. In this low-fire space, we find a nun, waiting for the rising of a frozen sun. The inability to love, let it roll. Hell is the silence, the inability to love. I'm walking past the houses on a quiet street, where the golden light and the shadows meet. Through the half-drawn curtains I see the same scene, a standard issue portrait, calm and serene. The same warm laughter, the same gentle glow, a synchronized rhythm that we all seem to know. Like a song on the radio that everyone sings, the comfortable harmony that happiness brings. It's a quiet vibration, a predictable rhyme, a beautiful clockwork ticking through time. But when the light fades and the music gets low, there's a different story that starts to show. All happy families are alike, it's true. Shine in a shade of the same bright blue. But every broken heart has a secret key, a unique brand of sorrow and a mystery. unhappy family in their own dark way finds a different shadow in the light of day. Behind a red door, it's the sound of the silence, a cold, heavy winter and a quiet defiance. But down at the corner in the house painted white, it's a different ghost that's haunting the night. One is a desert and one is a flood. One is a whisper and one is in the blood. A jagged architecture, a custom-made paint, 1,000 different ways to stand in the rain. You know, happiness is a template. It's a well-traveled road, a steady beat, a familiar chord. It's beautiful because it's simple. But sadness is an artisan. It carves a different shape in every hallway. It invents a new language for every tear. No two shipwrecks look the same at the bottom of the sea. One family breaks like glass. Another fades like a photograph in the sun. Everyone's hell has a different zip code. It's true, shining in a shade of the same bright blue. But every broken heart has a secret key, a unique brand of sorrow and a mystery. In this lo-fi space, we find the why beneath the velvet of an urban sky. It's a lonely geometry. Let it roll. Alike in the light, alone in the dark, in its own way. The coffee's cold on the wooden desk, a mind that never takes a rest. While the world is sleeping in a shallow dream, you're dissecting every stitch and every seam. You see the patterns in the velvet dark, the hidden fire in the dying spark. It's a quiet burden, a refined cost, finding the maps that the others lost. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the bone, the price of the things that you've always known. The higher the ceiling, the colder the air, the deeper the feeling, the more you have to bear. Pain and suffering, they're always there, like a ghost in the hallway, a scent in the air, inevitable shadows for a soul so wide, for the large intelligence living inside. Yeah, a deep, deep heart and a heavy mind are the two most beautiful weights you'll find. Feel the shiver in a stranger's eyes. You hear the truth behind the hollow lies. The world's a symphony of 1,000 stings, and you're the one who feels what the music brings. You can't just look away or turn the key when you're a mirror for infinity. It's a jagged gift and a heavy grace, the lines of the universe written on your face. You know, they tell you that ignorance is bliss. And sometimes, looking at the stars, you wish you didn't know their names. You wish your heart was just a little smaller, just a little tougher. But you can't trade the depth for the ease, you can't unsee the light. The pain isn't a mistake, it's the proof that you're awake. It's the friction of a great spirit moving through a small world. Carry it with pride. Scent in the air, inevitable shadows for a soul so wide. For the large intelligence living inside. Oh, in this lo-fi space, we find the why beneath the velvet of a lonely sky. Accept the suffering, baby. Beautiful way. It started as a whisper in a crowded room, a tiny spark of light amidst the heavy gloom. Hidden in the pages, buried in the dust, a silent gears turning, shaking off the rust. The world was busy sleeping, dreaming of the old, while a brand new story was waiting to be told. You can't see it coming with the naked eye, but you can feel the pressure under the velvet sky. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the wall, waiting for the moment that the old guards fall. It's a weightless gravity pulling the soul, a fragment of the truth finally becoming whole. Nothing is more powerful, baby, don't you see, than an idea whose time is a reality. Not the strength of armies or the weight of the gold can't stop a vision that's starting to unfold. Yeah, when the clock strikes right and the rhythm is true, there's nothing in the world that a thought can't do. The walls of the fortress are made of yesterday, but the wind of the future is blowing them away. You can lock the windows and you can bolt the door, but you can't keep the ocean from hitting the shore. It's a mental revolution, a soulful design, tracing out a different and a bolder line. Once the seed is planted and the season is right, it's gonna grow like wildfire in the middle of the night. You know, we spend so much time fighting over the small things, the physical things, the things we can touch. But the real power, the kind that moves mountains and changes the map, it doesn't have a weight, it doesn't have a sound. It's just an idea. And an idea is a patient thing. It waits in the shadows, it waits for the shift. It waits for the world to get tired of being stuck. And when that moment arrives, when the time is finally perfectly now, well, you might as well try to stop the sunrise with your bare hands. It's inevitable. It's time. Nothing is more powerful, baby, don't you see? Than an idea whose time is a reality. Not the strength of armies or the weight of the gold can't stop the vision that's starting to unfold. Yeah. In this lo-fi space, we find the how, launching the future right here and now. The idea is coming, baby. Let it roll. Whose time is coming, unstoppable. The light is on. I've got a heart of iron, a mind like a steel trap. I don't follow the shortcuts on the luxury map. I can say no to the glitter, I can walk past the gold. I'm a master of my story, or so I've been told. I'm a saint of the silence, a monk of the pride, with the fortress of logic built deep down inside. But the neon starts humming at 2:45, and the shadows are whispering secrets to me. The cool air is heavy, the rhythm is sweet, and the ground starts to shift underneath my feet. Oh, I can resist the pressure, I can resist the pain. I can stand in the middle of a hurricane. I've got discipline for days, it's a revelation, but I can resist everything except temptation. Yeah, I can resist it all except temptation. It's the way that the light hits the glass in your hand. It's the blue note that wanders across the land. I could turn down the power, I could turn down the crown, but one look from you and my walls tumble down. It's a beautiful glitch in my virtuous soul, a little bit of chaos that I can't control. You know, they say a strong will is the key to the kingdom, and I got keys to spare. I can turn my back on the easy life, I can ignore the voices calling my name from the dark. vibe is this right, when the funk is this deep, well, Wild said it best. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it, and I'm yielding. Everything except temptation. Yeah, I can't resist it all, except temptation. Just one more. I'm only human, baby. Except temptation. I see him standing on the soapbox in the square, shouting out the visions to the empty air. They got a plan for the city, a map for the state, tearing down the old walls to make the world great. Pointing at the skyline, pointing at the them, trying to fix the flower while they ignore the stem. Got 1,000 slogans and a heavy righteous pride, but they're running from the ghost that's living right inside. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the dream, fixing the ocean but ignoring the stream. The noise of the movement is a beautiful sound, but the foundation's shaking under the ground. Everyone thinks of changing the world, baby, don't you see? And there's a lo-fi rhythm in this jazz degree, but no one thinks of changing himself, it's true. From the old generations to the brand new, yeah, we're polishing the window, but the room is a mess. Looking for the answer in a different address. It's easy to be a rebel when the target's far away. It's easy to be a savior at the end of the day, but the real revolution is a quiet, lonely war fought in the hallway behind the bedroom door. It takes a lot of nerve to look into the glass and watch the little ego and the hollow habits pass. Before you fix the planet, before you change the law, take a long, slow look at your own hidden flaw. You know, it's a lot of work to be a world changer. All that shouting, all that organizing, all that blame, it keeps you busy, it keeps you from having to look in. But the world is just a mirror, baby. If you're bitter, the water tastes like salt. If you're broken, the skyline looks jagged. You want a better place? You want a new era? Stop trying to rewrite the whole book. Just try to fix the paragraph you're living in. The man in the mirror, that's the real front line. concrete mountains and the steel cold sky, watching all the grayscale days go by. The noise of the engines, the weight of the gold, the world getting hard and a heart getting cold. But look at the way the light hits the glass, the dance of the shadows on the summer grass, a sudden melody in a crowded street, the feeling of the rhythm beneath your feet. It's a quiet vibration, a pull in the chest, the spark of a fire that puts the mind to rest. It's not in the logic, it's not in the gain, it's the one thing that's washing away the pain. Beauty will save the world, baby, don't you know? In the velvet dark and the neon glow, not the power of kings or the weight of the sword, but the light in a painting, the truth in a chord. Yeah, the saving grace in a simple design. Beauty will save the world, one heart at a time. Hanging in the midnight air, the scent of the jasmine, a stranger's prayer, the curve of an arch and the grace of a line, turning the water into spiritual wine. It's a quiet rebellion, a soft-spoken truth, the wisdom of age and the wonder of youth. We don't need the hammers to build something new, just the eyes to see what is honest and true. You know, we look for salvation in the big things, in the speeches, the numbers, the heavy machines. But the world is weary, it's tired of the noise. Salvation doesn't shout, it whispers. It's in the way a sunset makes you stop in your tracks. It's in the compassion that looks like an art form. Dostoevsky saw it, that quiet, luminous force. If we lose the capacity to be moved by a flower, or a symphony, or a kindness, we lose everything. But as long as we can find the sublime, we're gonna be alright. Beauty is the anchor. The soul, one heart at a time. I looked for the phrases, I searched for the rhyme, I I try to capture the essence of time, but the dictionary's empty, the pages are dry. Every sentence is a border under a velvet sky. There's a feeling in the marrow, a ghost in the bone, something the language has never quite known. A flicker of lightning, a shadow of grace that disappears the moment I give it a place. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the speech, a level of spirit that the tongue cannot reach. The silence is heavy, the silence is loud, like a mountain hidden behind a silver cloud. Music expresses what words cannot say, taking the weight of the logic away. It speaks for the secrets we can't put in lines, and the truth that is hidden between the designs. Yeah, it carries a fire that cannot stay still, the ghost and the machine and the force of the will. It's the ache in the trumpet, the blue in the chord, the things that are deeper than a pen or a sword. You can't lock the rhythm, you can't bolt the door on the sound that is rising from the soul's kitchen floor. It's an urge in the static, a pulse in the night, refusing to stay out of the reach of the light. It has to be heard, it has to be free, like a river that's searching for the end of the sea. You know, words are like clothes. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they're too tight. But there's a part of you that's always naked, a part that has no name, no grammar, no syntax. When you hit that certain note, that one blue hanging perfect note, suddenly you're understood, without saying a single thing. Because there's a pressure in the heart, a beautiful, stubborn pressure. It can't be spoken, and it can't remain silent. So you play, you just play. Expresses what words cannot say, taking the weight of the logic away. It speaks for the secrets we can't put in lines, and the truth that is hidden between the designs. Can't stay silent, can't stay silent in this lo-fi space. We find the steady, standing tall between the silence and the scream. The unspoken voice, it can't stay still. Let the music speak. I've got a will of iron, or so I like to say. I can turn the silver and the easy gold away. I can stand the pressure when the wind blows cold. I'm a master of the story that's never been told. I can say no to the power and the fame. I can keep my cool and I can play a steady game. I'm the king of the mountain, I'm the rock in the stream, a disciplined shadow in a chaotic dream. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the wall, waiting for the moment I'm finally gonna fall. I'm a saint on the surface, a monk in the light, but the colors start to change in the middle of the night. I can resist everything, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi world of pure philosophy, the heavy and the hard, the bitter and the gray, I can push the whole wide world away. Yeah, I'm strong, I'm steady, I'm a revelation. Except when it comes to temptation. It's the curve of a smile or the smoke in the air, the smell of the jasmine in the way you wear your hair. It's the one last drink at 2:45, the beautiful danger that's looking at me. I can't walk past the fire, I can handle the sting, but I can't turn my back on a beautiful thing. The logic just crumbles, the rhythm takes over like a wild-eyed bee in a field of red clover. You know, being good is so exhausting. All that standing tall, all that saying no, all that moral high ground. The view is okay, I guess. But then, temptation walks in. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It tastes like midnight and it feels like silk. Why fight the gravity when the fall is this sweet? I've got discipline for days, I've got restraint for miles, but for that one thing, that one spark, well, I'm only human. And the jazz feels better when you let go. Everything, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi world of pure philosophy, the heavy and the hard, the bitter and the gray, I can push the whole wide world away. Yeah, I'm strong, I'm steady, I'm a revelation. Except when it comes to temptation. In this lo-fi space, we find the flow, breaking the rules of the common law. Let the heart wander, baby, let it roll. Everything but that, the sweetest trap, I'm gone. Looking for a line that's straight and clean, a high definition shot in a velvet scene. But the world don't come in black and white, it's 1,000 shades of neon in the middle of the night. You want a yes or a no to hold in your hand, like a static photograph of a shifting sand. But the story's got layers like a dusty old rug, with the bitter little poison in the bottom of the mug. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the light, where the wrong turns out to be a little bit right. Searching for a diamond in a mountain of glass, watching all the easy answers pass. The truth is rarely pure and never simple, baby. In this lo-fi world of pure ambiguity, it's a tangled web, it's a jagged kind of stone, a secret that the shadows have always known. Yeah, don't look for the easy or the perfectly clear. The beauty's in the mess that we're making. pure is alive for the children at play, a ghost that the grown-ups just chase away. There's a little bit of grit in the sweetest song, and a right hand rhythm that feels a little wrong. It's the blue note hanging in the smoky air, the honest little secret that we're scared to share. Life ain't a sermon, life ain't a rule, it's the complicated logic of a jazz man's school. You know, we spend our whole lives trying to simplify the heart. We want a happy ever after, or a clean break. But have you ever looked at a star? It's a burning ball of chaos. Have you ever looked at a soul? It's a library with the pages torn out. If the truth were pure, it wouldn't be human. If it were simple, it wouldn't be real. Except the tangle, baby. That's where the funk lives. It's a jagged kind of stone, a secret that the shadows have always known. In this lo-fi space, we find the real, trading the perfect for the way we actually feel. It's never simple, baby. Let it roll. Rarely pure, never simple. The truth remains. I see you walking in a borrowed skin, trying to find a way to let the daylight in. You got the walk, you got the practice stare, copying the shadows from a millionaire. But the costume's tight and the scenes are showing, you're losing the place where the real you's going. It's a heavy performance for a Tuesday night, chasing a ghost in a flickering light. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the script, the mask in the mirror's finally slipped. Why try to follow a star that is cold when you've got a story that hasn't been told? Be yourself, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi world of pure identity, everyone else is already taken, it's true. There's no vacancy for a second-hand you. Yeah, the roles are all cast and the curtain is high. Just be the one who's under your sky. The world's got a million almost the same, playing the look at me socialite games. But the jazz is in the flaw, the soul's in the crack, and the beautiful thing that you can't take back. Don't be a carbon, don't be a trace. Let the truth write the lines on your own damn face. If you're a blue note in a world of C, that's the only way you're ever gonna be free. You know, we spend so much energy trying to fit into a mold, trying to be the perfect someone we saw in a magazine. But have you looked at the world? It's full. Every other character is already played. The hero, the villain, the lover, the clown. They've all got someone in the credits, except for you. You're the only role without an understudy. So why would you want to be a cover band when you're the original? Stand in your own light. Be yourself, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi world of pure identity, everyone else is already taken, it's true. There's no vacancy for a second-hand you. Oh, in this lo-fi space, we find the real, trading the ideal for the way we actually feel. Just be yourself, baby. Let it roll. Everyone else is taken, but you're just right, the only one. I don't need 1,000 things to fill my day, just a single vintage spark to light the way. I'm not looking for the clutter or the cheap display. I'd rather have the silence than a word that's great. The world is chasing shadows, running for the prize, but I see the hidden mountain with my open eyes. No need for the excess, no need for the show, just the purest vibration that the soul can know. It's a quiet vibration, a refined design, where the rough and the ready start to fall in line. I'm not being difficult, I'm just being clear about the only music that I wanna hear. I have the simplest taste, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi world of pure luxury, I'm always satisfied with the very best, and I'm happy to leave all the wreckage to the rest. Yeah, it's a simple rule, it's a steady kind of quest. I am always satisfied with the best. Give me one perfect diamond over fields of glass. Let the ordinary moments and the almost pass. A velvet midnight and a single drop of wine, the rarest melody in a sophisticated line. They call it a habit, they call it a crime, but I'm only being honest with my precious time. Why settle for the silver when the gold is in the room? Why settle for the garden when you only want the bloom? You know, people think I'm demanding, they think I'm hard to please, but it's actually the opposite. I'm the easiest person in the world to keep happy. I don't need the bells and whistles, I don't need the complicated lies. I just have the simplest taste. Give me the top shelf, give me the genuine heart, give me the absolute peak of the art. If it's the best, I'm satisfied. See? Simple. simplest taste. Always the best satisfaction.
Chasing the weekend, chasing the sun, waiting for the moment when the work is done. Thinking that joy is a prize on a shelf, a distant island far away from yourself. You're looking for a thrill, looking for a high, underneath the ceiling of a neon sky. But the hands of the clock are just spinning in place while you're running a marathon, losing the race. It's a quiet vibration, shifting the light, changing the lens so the focus is right. It's not about the destination or where you've been, it's about the vibration that you're living in. The secret of happiness, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi rhythm, in this jazz degree, it's not in doing only what you like to do, but in liking what you're doing through and through. Yeah, finding the soul in the common task, that's the only answer you'll ever need to ask. Whether you're sweeping the dust off the floor, or riding a ladder, or opening a door, there's a rhythm in the mundane, a song in the grind. If you bring a little magic in the front of your mind, it's the touch of the fabric, the weight of the pen, the here and the now, and the right here again. Don't wait for the perfect to start the dance, give the ordinary moment a soulful chance. You know, we spend so much time dreaming of the ideal, the perfect job, the perfect day, the perfect feeling. We think happiness is a checkbox of things we like, but that's a trap, because desires, they shift like the wind. The real secret, the deep down truth, it's about the how, not the what. It's finding the beauty in the struggle, the music in the noise, the soul in the sweat. If you can learn to love the doing, you're already home. Secret of happiness, baby, don't you see? In this lo-fi rhythm, in this jazz degree, it's not in doing only what you like to do, but in liking what you're doing You see the sunset bleeding on the avenue and think the sky is trying something bold and new, but you're only seeing colors that are painted chose, striking every posture, striking every pose. The fog across the river isn't just the rain, it's a mood that Whistler planted in your brain. We're walking through a gallery of our own design, tracing every shadow, tracing every line. It's a quiet vibration, a glitch in the scene. Life is just a copy of a silver screen. We don't just feel the rhythm, we learn how to dance from the ghost of a poem or an old romance. Life imitates art, baby, don't you see? Far more than art imitates you and me. The world is a student, the canvas is the king, learning how to whisper and learning how to sing. Yeah, the masterpiece is leading, we're just following the flow, acting out the beauty that the artist showed. We fall in love in verses that were written long ago, putting on a pageant, putting on a show. We wear the sorrow of a tragic play, dressing up the boredom of a rainy day. The trees don't look like trees till the poet speaks. The cutler doesn't bloom till the fashion peaks. Reality is waiting for the ink to dry, to know what kind of clouds to put across the sky. You know, we think we're the ones making the music. We think the world is just there and art is the mirror, but it's the other way around. We don't see the world as it is. We see it as we've been taught to imagine it. We don't find a vibe, we live inside the vibes that someone else painted first. The mirror is the one creating the face. Life is just the understudy, waiting for art to give it a cue. Lights up. Life imitates art, baby, don't you see? Far more than art imitates you and me. The world is a student, the canvas is the king, learning how to whisper